It is time for us. The excitement has hit us on 96.9, our new broadcast radio service up in the Millewa. And a fella that's actually heard us already out on his farming property not too far away from the broadcast there is Matt Kelly. Now, Matt is with the Werrimull Magpies, and the Millewa Football League is up and going again this year, and I'm looking forward to having Matt in our broadcasts week in, week out. Hi, Matt. How are you today?
Yeah, g'day, Wayne. How's things? Certainly, looking forward to the season. Now it's upon us.
It certainly is. It is right there. Now, there is, for everyone, that Sunraysia, of course, as we've been talking a bit earlier with Andrew, is starting next weekend, but another week away. But with that in mind, there is this interleague match that's being played at the sporting precinct in Mildura, and you've got a interleague side from out of the Millewa that's been selected to take on the Indigenous side, the Mallee Tigers. Give us a little bit of a quick brief on that before we perhaps get into more things local.
Yeah, sure. One, this year we've the Millewa has brought back the interleague fixture, which is great. It hasn't been on the table for a number of years. I think 2007 was probably the last time the Millewa played a proper interleague fixture. So that'll be great. The Millewa League is playing against the Mallee Tigers, the Indigenous side. So that will be something to look forward to, and I suppose kick off the season with and a couple of Millewa guys been involved in Millewa footy for a long time. A lot of your listeners will know will be Darren Atkinson is coaching along with Luke Hubble. So it'll be interesting to see how the boys go tomorrow afternoon at the precinct.
It will be the Sunraysia putting on a game there too after that. This is interesting too. Out of your club, is there any representatives coming out of the Magpies, the Werrimull Magpies, for that interleague side? Yeah,
we've actually been fortunate enough to have our Werrimull captain, Larry Petrolo. He's going to captain the interleague side this year, so it's a great honour for him and recognition for his, I suppose his leadership and his standing within the league. And we also have Kai Thompson, one of the on-ballers, has made the squad. And Patrick Carter, a guy who's born and bred in Werrimull, south of Werrimull. He's in the side also. He's a very exciting young player. So we've done well.
Well done. It's an exciting thing to have your own boys selected in a bit higher level of football, and always good for your own career. But you've had a big career, and they tell me that last year, did you pull the boots on? And was it your 27th or 28th senior football season?
Well, it sounds like a big number, so I don't think surely I wouldn't have been playing for that long. But I have been playing for a little while, so I certainly enjoy footy season, enjoy wrestling Werrimull, and the Millewa League is it's a great league to be involved in. It's quite social, but also when you're out there playing, it's very competitive as well. So it's been good fun. That's why I keep coming back, I guess. You
have played more than 300 games, and in a 15-game season for your league, about 6 teams makes up about 5 games 3 times played, and then maybe a couple of finals here and there if you're lucky. So you have been going for a long time. Do you know how many games you have played?
No, I don't. It would be over 300, but I'm not too sure.
It's a fascinating country football. Of course, with the Millewa, there's no reserve grade and no juniors, but there is women's football, and we're going to cover that this year as part of our reports each week, which is going to be really exciting because it'll be the first league on the flow that we'll have a women's competition as a regular feature on our Friday night sports show, repeated Saturday morning between 7 and 10 o'clock for all of our new listeners gathered on 96.9 and across our other regions. So we get to what the clubs have got. Now, last year, Luke Stanbrook won the medal, and a very good player, played at Owen United Kangas. He's gone back there this year from the Bamble Club. Bamble won the flag too, pretty comfortably, so it may be that they'll come back to the pack a little bit.
Yeah, I think they've been a very good club for a number of years, and very strong, and seem to be able to attract some strong footballers. So I think they'll be thereabouts again. But certainly losing Luke Stanbrook would be a loss for them. He's certainly the best player in the competition, and when he's going well, he's very hard to stop. So we'll see what happens and who they've recruited in the off-season.
Of course, the name Bamble is the railway siding up the road from where you are at Werrimull, and you're famous, of course, for the Werrimull Hotel, and we're really, really pleased that they still have an operation. Of course, Colour Lorraine and the lake there, your ovals are there with Moringa. We've talked about that before, and very, very good to have that. Let's have a look just with Goal over in New South Wales, and of course, when COVID was on, it curtailed football in the area because having a New South Wales club with all those border restrictions had a real impact. But everything's back to normal, and Goal, they certainly look like they're back to normal. The Hawks, and I think very strong.
Yeah, I think they've been fairly active in the off season, so they're looking to improve their standings from last year. I suppose they've got some an exciting first round for them, with Dane Swan having a game with Golly.
Wow.
Which will be next Friday night. So I think that's always good for the league when we can attract people like that and to competition to showcase what we've got.
Yeah, he's playing down at Nangwarry in South Australia in the mid-southeastern competition in this weekend, and then going to Goal for the big Friday night clash, which is going to be under lights at Goal against Bamble. That'll be a beauty next week as the start of the season. Nanjalock and Cardross, they'll play each other. What do you know about these two sides?
Well, both those sides were very competitive last year, obviously with Cardross making the grand final, but just beaten by a stronger outfit in Bamble. But with Nanjalock have been thereabouts for a number of years now. They've won a few flags, and I know they've got a number of recruits have come into their side this year. They've lost their big forward who's gone to Merbeen this year. But I think they'll certainly be around the mark, Nanjalock and Cardross. Werrimull played them in a practice match recently, and they certainly look like they'll be a force again this year and be up towards the top of the table.
Yeah, they certainly will be. Okay, the boys from out in the South Australian border country, Moringa, they are a famous mob. Haven't had a lot on them, and they've been looking for numbers too, I'm told. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to get a team up.
Yeah, they had a super challenging year last year. Coming back from COVID, they did battle to put a side out there, but to their full credit, to their committee and players, they continue to front up and put a side out there, which was a super effort. They've picked up some players this year, and they're confident they can be far improved on last year. So for the competition's sake and from Moringa's sake, let's hope they have a good season this year.
The famous Moringa Kangaroos, they'll be playing against the Werrimull side, the Magpies, at Lake Coloraine Oval number 2. Is number 2 their oval? I think that's the one to the furthest to the west, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's their oval. So we don't have to travel too far. We just get changed in our usual spot and walk around the other side of the building. So it is an away game, but not a lot of travelling involved.
It's a beauty. All right, down to the Werrimull Magpies. Your boys, a bit of recruiting's been going on. I did actually start following the Facebook page when I knew that I'd be doing this report, and I've got to tell you that you've had a number of players put their hand up. I think some of the Facebook posts might have been re-signings from last year because there was a lot of names that have come to the fore.
Yeah, there certainly was a number of re-signings involved there. But we've had a number of new players join us, which is what we need to happen for us last year. We didn't win too many games, but from how the boys have been going on the track and that type of thing, we're certainly confident we've got a stronger side than last year. And we have a lot of younger guys in our team too, very very coachable lot. So we'll expect to see a lot of improvement over the season as well from a lot of those boys.
So those young boys coming out, if they all stay fit and don't get injured, does it mean that the great career of our correspondent could come to a halt this year? Is that the word, Matt, that I'm hearing, that you would hang the boots to the side if the young lads will play?
Oh, the correspondent is actively recruiting, so certainly looking to have that position filled. but certainly always head to the footy with the bag in the boot just in case.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is a fascinating situation when you get there and you find that 3 blokes in a carload haven't turned up, and there's 16 blokes that are running out to play a match of footy. Now, let's get to the girls, because women's football is alive and well in the Millewa, and you also have women's netball too, and I'll ask you about netball another time and how that's going. But in the women's side of footy, have you got a side up at Werrimull? Yeah,
we've got a side this year. Our girls played off in the grand final last year against Bamble, and the Bamble girls won that by a couple of goals. So it was a very good and entertaining game. Our girls, from what I can see, have we've probably got more numbers than we've had for a long time on the track, and recruited a couple more girls. So I think that was the thing last year. We were probably a bit short on numbers as much as anything. So we've got some more girls keen to play, which is a great thing. So I think the coming back from the break with COVID, etc. last year was a bit of a reset and getting people moving again, and this year I can see as being a good season for both the girls and guys to get some more participation in the area.
And so you're hoping that each club of the 6 clubs will all have a girls' side, and then you'd play a women's game of football as a curtain raiser then to the men's game. Is that how it's sort of looking?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's I know a couple of the other clubs have having a few issues getting players this year for whatever reasons, but yeah, certainly the league is hopeful that we can have 6 sides. Hopefully that does happen. It makes for a stronger competition when you've got all sides participating in all grades.
That's great stuff. Matt, it's good to catch up with you for the first time. Done a terrific job on your first occasion on the Friday Night Sports Show. We're looking forward to your commentary through the year on Friday night and the repeat Saturday morning on all things Millewa, and of course to hear how the sides are going, particularly out west at Werrimull and Moringa, and some of the connections to the Bamble people who hailed from farms in the area that have now moved in to Mildura. So it is a fascinating competition. We're going to enjoy covering it this year on the Friday Night Sports Show, and I'll catch up with you next week.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Wayne. It's a pleasure.